You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks Podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
One last thing before we get into today's episode. A lot of people ask how they can support the podcast. Well, I have a couple easy ways. The first way is just listen and subscribe. And another thing you can do is go follow the Roughnecks Podcast on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. If you get something out of today's show, then do me a favor, share it with a friend. If you really want to go above and beyond to support the podcast, then head over to roughneckspodcast.com and get you some of that merch. I appreciate all of the support, but let's get into today's episode. What's up, everybody? Episode 71. I hope you guys liked Q&A Friday with D-Fair. Like I said in that video, go on to that video if you guys like Dante and want him to come back on as a Q&A Friday guest, or might have to just bring him on as a guest as well. But go on there, comment more Dante, and we will make it happen. But we're on to episode 71, and we're kind of going to continue off of last week's episode. Last week was, do what makes you happy. And I got on here and it was day after work, the day after, I get people all the time telling me I need to do this, I need to do that. And anybody who's my age, you know exactly how it fucking feels. It sucks. You got everybody up your ass telling you, hey, you're doing things wrong. But, I'm going to look at something. I'm going to go off of what we talked about last week. And I came across this video on the good old TikTok. I might spend too much time on TikTok, but hey, that's beside the point. It's a great app. It's a great app, but it's also a freaking killer. You really need to limit your time on it because it can be very addicting. But and it's from an account. First off, if you're not following the Roughnecks Podcast on TikTok, you need to go follow the Roughnecks Podcast. So once we get to 1,000 followers, we can start going live on there. And if I can go live on there, I'll definitely do like more behind the scenes stuff of like when I'm editing a video or whatever, and even probably some giveaways on there. But and then there's this other account that I follow, and I watch a lot of their clips because they have a very a good amount of clips that are very beneficial to our life. It's called the quote Bibles. Yeah. Definitely highly recommend that account. Awesome account. They post some relationship stuff, it's just from like everybody and anybody and everybody. It's a lot of different people, well-known people that they say a lot of inspirational things. But I'm just gonna play the clip real quick right here. It's actually from Snoop D-O-double-G Dogg, Snoop Dogg, the man, the myth, the legend. But he, you might think, oh, it's Snoop Dogg, this is gonna be funny. Snoop Dogg is a very smart man, and he's very. So this is just listen to what he has to say here.
Do not go into a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. If you go into a job loving it, being passionate about it, you're going to get everything you got coming out of it. But if you go into that job saying, I'm going to make a whole lot of money, this job's going to pay me this, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You have to love it first. And I felt like I've always loved rap more than I love money. I love rap more than I love anything. That's why I built this facility so I could work whenever I want to.
I mean, it's a very simple quote, very short clip, but at the same time, it hits deep. And especially for somebody like me, I don't know, it connected to me at the time, at the point of what I'm into. I was talking to somebody one day and they were asking me, about the job. And he's like a big brother to me, but he was like, how much you making? And, we got, in a world that we live in today, we're such a materialistic world that we look at. Me and Dante talked about it last Friday. It was the whole freaking, everybody looks at social media and looks at, oh, this person has this person has that. But like, We look at the house, we look at the car, we almost value people and like rank people based on how much money they make. But how many of those people do you see that have a nice car, a nice house, have all this stuff, but still hate their life? The point I want to get across, money is not everything. Stop living in this materialistic world. We all do it. We got to quit worrying so much about how much money we make, how much money we have, what kind of house we have, what kind of car we drive, whatever the fuck it is. We got to quit. Why? What does it matter how much money somebody has? Some of the happiest people I have ever seen in my entire life are, honest to swear to God, you might laugh at this, but they're rednecks or hillbillies, whatever you want to call them. They're the people that live in a trailer and don't care, but they're happy because they have what they want. Too many people anymore today are worried too much about this job. Oh, I can't go work that job. They're not offering me enough. I was talking to my old former bosses, and they were talking about how, it used to be people come in and we interviewed them. Now it's almost like we're getting interviewed. Because everybody comes in, the job I got it's a high school job. It's almost like working fast food. It's better than fast food, but it's like working fast food. And you look at it and you're like, these high schoolers with zero experience, zero, come in and expect to be making like $12 an hour right off the bat. With zero experience, you have nothing. You're 16 years old and you expect to be coming in making $12 an hour? I'm not saying it's not possible, but dude, it's ridiculous. When I first got my job, I was making minimum wage and I wanted more money, but at the same time, it's your first job, man. You have no bills. If you want a higher paid job, don't go to a job that is like you're taking care of dogs. It's not like you're doing anything completely like technical. Go work at a mechanic shop, try and get a job in a mechanic shop or whatever. Find something else. Stop coming into jobs expecting you should make $12 an hour when you haven't even proved yourself. You have to prove yourself. You have to work your way up. I'm going on a rant that's kind of off topic of where I was going with this, but like it bothers me anymore. I see it all the time, but and my other thing that bothers me too is when people go, it's crazy that I had to pay X amount of time or X amount for somebody to come out and fix my plumbing, my whatever. Do you realize, like, that hour trip that they made on a Saturday, they're probably on call, got called away from their family. And then you also look on top of it of the experience. If you think it's not that bad, you go figure it out. Go watch a YouTube video and tell me how easy it is. Experience goes a long way. Oh, I went on a rant. That wasn't where I was planning to go with this, but man, and now I kind of forget where I was going to go with this. Basically, what I want to get across is, do what makes you happy. We're going back to last week. Do what makes you happy. Do what you love to do. Stop buying into the narrative of you need to do this, you need to do that, because it's bullshit. Too many of us think, oh, I get asked all the time, why aren't you an electrician? My brother's an electrician. My dad's an electrician. My brother-in-law's an electrician. Like, we got electricians in my family. And like, somebody once was like, why aren't you an electrician? And I'm like, one, I got enough electricians in the family that if I need electric done, I know who to call. Two, why can't I write my own story? Too many people are being told what to do and they fall into it because like, oh, my mom wants me to do this. My dad wants me to do. And I'm not saying don't listen to your mom and dad, but also at the same time, if it's not your dream, chase your own fucking dream. Make your own, like, manifest your own thing. Stop buying into this bullshit narrative of we have to do it this way. There is only one way to do it, and that's just the only way. I get told all the time how I should do this podcast. I'm open to advice and I love it. But at the same time, I'm going to do how I want to do it. It is my podcast. This is my career. This is my life. Why? Stop. We got to quit buying into this bullshit of you got to do it this way. No. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. And if the money aspect shouldn't be the deciding factor. Too many of us are always looking at how much money this job pays. Certain jobs, yes, I wouldn't want to do for a certain amount of money, but at the same time, you have to earn your keep. Oh, man, I'm going in tonight on this one. I really am. But, I want to go back to what Snoop Dogg was saying. Like, let's just listen to it one more time because there's something in here. I'm going to pause it when it gets to that.
Went to a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it.
Right there. If you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. How many people do you know, or how many of you listening right now? I know everybody can think of somebody. They make a lot of money, but they hate their job. They come home stressed about it every night. They complain about it all the time. Money can't buy happiness. It can buy pleasure. It can buy some fun here and there, but it's not going to buy happiness. It's not going to buy long-term happiness. Go into a job not worrying about the money. Go into a job that you want to do, that you like. If you want to take care of animals, you want to learn how to be a vet, go into that internship making maybe nothing, but don't worry about that. Try and gain the knowledge. Try and learn. Try and just take it all in. Stop going into jobs looking about how much money it is. Now, I understand there are circumstances, like if you have a family, those are things that, weigh into the outcome. But at the same time, we spend a lot of 40 hours a week. Let's do some math real quick. 40 hours a week times 52 weeks. All right, we're going to write this down. We got 2,080 hours a year. We'll say. That's just if you work just the 80. I know a lot of you work overtime. All right, hold on one second. We're going to divide these. I did that wrong. Hold on. There we go. You spend 23% of your year at your job. 23.7. Think about that. A quarter of your year, essentially. A quarter of your year you spend at your job. Do you want to spend a quarter of your year, a quarter of your 365 days a year, a quarter of it, hating what you do? Hey, but it's okay because I make a lot of money. Just think about that. We're going to take a real quick break. It's a quick episode, but going to take a real quick break. You guys are going to hear about the... Oh, wait a second. Before we take a break, I got a few things. I got a couple things I want to talk about before we... Actually, no. We'll talk about them after the break. When we come back from the break, I got a couple announcements. Let's get to the break. Today's episode is brought to you by roughneckspodcast.com. If you want to support the podcast, then head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab you some of that Roughnecks merch. We have everything from t-shirts, long sleeves, sweatshirts, hats, and many more. Stay up to date on the website for new merch coming every couple months. You can place an order and it'll get sent directly to your door, and I don't even take any of the money from it. The money gets put right back into the podcast to continue to improve it for you. If you can't afford to buy some merch this time, then simply just subscribe to the newsletter, and it'll keep you up to date on all the new things that are coming. I appreciate all of the support you guys give. It doesn't go unnoticed. Let's get back to today's episode. What's up? We're back. All right. I want to first off apologize. Maybe you guys liked it. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But we went on a long rant, or not a long rant, a quick rant there. And I'm out of it. I'm at a point in my life right now where I got so many people telling me, you need to do this, and how much money are you making? Do you have retirement? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, fuck you. Let me do what I want to fucking do. It's my life. I'm tired of being told what I need to do, what I shouldn't do, but I'm tired of it. So, and I know there's other people out there that are going through the exact same thing. A lot of my buddies, a lot of my friends, we're all about the same age. So we're going through shit all the fucking time of people telling us this, that, fuck, goddamn, fuck it. But first announcement, got off the phone with good old Jermaine the other day. And I won't make it too big of an announcement because it's not 100% done, but we are in the works of a little affiliate program with Roughnecks podcast with Big Up Brew Coffee. So be on the lookout for that announcement because it's coming soon. I'm telling you. Big Up Brew. If you don't know what Big Up Brew is, don't go buy any yet. Wait till we get it done. But Big Up Brew. It's coffee. Great coffee. I'll probably be drinking it on every episode now. Instead of this Gatorade that I am not sponsored, but I would love a sponsor, Gatorade, if you want to give me one. Anyway, the other announcement is more of a question for you guys, real quick. And it is so I put it on today. It is Thursday, the 13th. This episode will be out on Monday, the 17th. But I put out on my story today on the Roughneck story, should we start doing Fast Fridays? And what Fast Friday would be an episode kind of like this, quick, in and out, no motivation Monday. It'd just be, here's the stuff. Here's some quick stuff, real quick on a Friday. Get to your weekend. There we go. What do you guys think? Should we do it? Should we not? I'm going to put a poll on the Spotify or try to do the poll on the Spotify. But, I just want to see what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments, or text me or message me, whatever. A lot of you guys have my number. But if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. We'll still keep Q&A Friday every 10 episodes, which would make more Q&A Fridays, by the way. Got this cough lately. Hope it ain't the vid. But anyway, and then another one is we also me and my buddy, I've been tossing around the idea of an episode called Be With the Boys, maybe even start a whole separate podcast just to keep it separate from this one because we can get a little rowdy with the Bears. But every 5 episodes or whatever, do Be With the Boys. Every 10 episodes do. So it'd be every 5 episodes, and then another 5 we'd have Q&A. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Beer with the Boys episodes, it'd be different than this. It'd be a whole different setup. It'd just be us kind of shooting the shit. And but let me know what you guys think. But now it's time for the best segment of the podcast. It's time for Motivation Monday, y'all. You guys know the deal. Motivation Monday is the point in the episode where I give you a little inspirational bump to set the tone for the week as you get ready as you listen on your Monday morning. So for today's Motivation Monday, it's a quick one again. I just got something I want to ask yourself. Do you like your job? Don't look at the money side of things. Don't look at all that. Look at how happy you are with your job. And most of us, if like we talked earlier, you work 40 hours a week of your 168-hour week. So you add in drive time, it's even more than 40, we work more than 40 hours, but then, like I said, it's 25%. Say we sleep just 6 hours, 6 hours a night, just 6 hours. There's 42 hours. So there's another 25%. We're already at 50%. Half our week's already gone. Half of our week is already gone. Just think about that. Think about how much time we spend sleeping and at work. So do you want to spend a quarter of your week, a quarter of your year unhappy? Think about it. It sucks, but it's reality. So why have a job we fucking hate? Find your passion. Find a job you love. Start that business. Do a business on the side. Whatever the fuck it is, I don't care, but go and do it. Stop going to a job you hate and figure your shit out. That's all I got this week, man. That's all I got. It's a rant. It gets me heated. I've watched too many people in my life have jobs they don't like. I love my job. Be like that, man. Find a job you love and stop looking at the money. Go into that job also not worrying about that money. If it's something that you are passionate about, something that you want to do, a career that you want to make, the money will come. The money can always come. But you gotta get the most out of that job and quit worrying about how much money you make. Sorry if you guys see the flashes on my face on YouTube. My monitor over here just keeps turning on and off. So there it went again. But that's all I got this week. Next week we will have another episode. Yeah, just another quick episode. Just me once again, and it'll be about overthinking. A good one for that one. I haven't figured anything exactly out what I'm going to say, but I got some stuff in mind. So, but with that, you guys know the deal. Life is hard. It's going to knock us down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let the bull of life walk all over you. Get up. Grab the bull by the horns. Take control of your life. Roughnecks, out. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, and share it with a friend if you got some value from it. Head over to social media and follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Don't forget to get you some of that merch by heading over to roughneckspodcast.com and subscribe to the newsletter while you're there. See y'all next week. Roughnecks, out.